The Sly News right here, won't miss a Sly Media. This right here is my review on D23. All the news has happened. I'm going to break down what I liked about D23 because I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just going to discuss everything I like and the main things that I want to talk about here about it happening in D23 because there was a lot of big announcements made on this D23. But before I get started, let me talk about Deadpool and Wolverine reaching the $1 billion mark. Yes, Deadpool and Wolverine have reached the $1 billion mark. That's right. They are number 2 already movie of all time. Let's give a hand clap for that. And let's hope that they can beat the Joker as the number 1 rated R movie of all time. I'm hoping so, fingers crossed. I like this movie, of course, way better than I like the Joker. But I understand Joaquin Phoenix did a good job as playing the Joker. And like I said, he even won an Oscar for that. But I'm hoping Deadpool and Wolverine, hopefully they beat the mark and become the number 1 rated R movie of all time, man. Just a good movie. And I ain't know this till news. I looked on one of these guys I like to subscribe to, John Campy, on his YouTube channel. He said that Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds actually asked Kevin Feige, the head guy at Marvel, 10 times about doing a Deadpool 3. Came up with 10 different stories before Kevin Feige finally greenlighted them for a Deadpool and Wolverine movie. So, wow, that's very interesting to know that. Wow, 10 times before they was able to get this movie written and everything and all that. Wow, very interesting. So, congratulations on that movie reaching the $1 billion mark. And let's hope it becomes the number 1 rated R movie of all time. But now let's talk about D23 news. So I'm going to talk about a list of everything they talked about everything that was announced at D23. They announced L.O., Hooper's first look, Toy Story 5, Incredible 3 was announced, Frozen 3 first look, Zootopia 2 first look, Skeleton Crew trailer, Mandalorian and Guru movie, Marvel movie, another Marvel movie, Captain America Brave New World, Fantastic Four trailer, Daredevil Born Again trailer, Akada All Along trailer, Ironheart trailer, Percy Jackson Season 2, Freaky Friday 2, live action Lilo and Stitch first look, Snow White trailer, teaser trailer, and also the Lion King Mufasa trailer. I think that's everything that I touched on they talked about at D23. So I'm going to talk about the main thing. First off, I want to discuss about Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is definitely an important part of my childhood. I remember going to see it in theaters during the summer when it came out. So I'm so happy they're doing a live action of it. I'm wondering, how is it going to be? How is it going to look about the Lilo and Stitch rated R movie? Lilo and Stitch movie. And like I said, I like the way they had Stitch in live action. So I heard about this movie for a long time now. They were going to make a live action movie. I thought it was scrap, but it looks like they're going through with it. It can really be something. It might be good. It might be up there. It might can make as much money as the Lion King live action movie did. I don't know if it's going to make as much, but it might can. Because Lilo and Stitch was a good one. Remember, they had a spin-off television series. They even did a straight-to-DVD sequel. Lilo and Stitch was big back in the day. So I'm hoping we get there. I'm really hoping we get a sequel. I'm hoping we get a good live-action remake of it. And I'm going to just see who they got starring in and how the story is going to be about and how the other Stitch characters and all that are going to be and all that. Like, Lilo and Stitch still that's one of my favorite childhood movies of all time. So definitely got this. Definitely, man. Definitely can't wait to see. That's one of my most favorite ones. Enjoyment. I'd like to talk about. I'm very excited to see. Also, too, we got a Toy Story 5. Yes, Toy Story 5 is coming, and the synopsis on this Toy Story 5 is pretty much about how kids are no longer playing with toys and they're playing with electronics, which is very true now. You see a lot of kids; they mostly be on their iPads and all that. They're not really they're not really playing toys anymore. So I've seen that so myself. So I'm liking the story arc on it. I didn't like Toy Story 4 that much. Toy Story 3, I love the story for it. And I love the Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 1. My favorite one out of the whole trilogy is Toy Story 2 because of the how old I was and the timeline of when it came out, how I was a kid, how big toys were at the current time when Toy Story 2 came out. So Toy Story 2 is always going to be my favorite one out of the whole trilogy. But I didn't mind Toy Story 3 as well. I like Toy Story 3, but Toy Story 2 is my favorite. But it's an interesting storyline to talk about how kids are playing with their iPads and all that and everything. How they don't play with toys no more. How toys are becoming extinct a little bit now. So this could be a very interesting story. I'm interested to see how it plays out, how it's good. And we see in the photo for the teaser they show at D23 that Woody is back with the gang. So I wonder how does that work? How Woody is back. Interesting to see how that works and all. So also too, we got Incredibles 3. Incredibles 3 is coming out. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Incredibles 3. Like I said, I liked it the first two very much so. I remember when the first one came out of elementary school when I was in elementary school when I was a kid. So I'm definitely excited to see Incredibles 3. I'm hoping maybe something they can age up the kids a little bit more. Maybe that can make it a little bit better. Baby Jack be more older a little bit. Maybe he might be a teenager now. And Dash, maybe he's grown a little bit older now too, along with Violet. So I'm interested to see that. And I'm excited to see Samuel Jackson return as Frozen. Definitely got to have him back as Frozen. So I can't wait. Glad they're doing Incredibles 3. It's been rumored about it for a long time. They got Incredibles 3 coming back out. I know everybody's saying, where's Bugs Life 2 at? Justice for Bugs Life 2. I actually like the Bugs Life 2 myself. I know I see a lot of people commenting saying they should do a Bugs Life 2. I don't know if that's coming. I've heard any indication, anything about a Bugs Life 2 coming out. But I would love to see that. I love Bugs Life as well. But I don't know if we'll get that again. I know, it might happen, it might not. But I feel like you can make us a Bugs Life 2 right now, and that movie would still make money because just about insects. So it's like you don't, you know what I'm saying? You can always do a certain kind of movie about insects. So, but I don't know if we'll get that, a Bugs Life 2. Last but certainly not last, another Disney movie that's coming out I'd like to talk about is Zootopia 2. Now, this Zootopia, I haven't seen the first one, but I heard was really good. I need to check it out, the first one. But Zootopia 2, like the premise and the synopsis of this story is very good about this character that's called like a snake, and he'll be like the main antagonist of this film. So it should be very interesting because a snake, that's the worst thing you can ever call a person is a snake. So that should be very interesting to see what's about with this, what's the whole premise of this. It's supposed to come out next year in 2025, right around the corner, along with Toy Story 5 as well. So I'm interested to see how Zootopia 2 is. I got to check out that first one, though. Definitely got to check out that one. But the Zootopia 2 storyline for the second one seems very interesting. Very intrigued by it. And I want to talk about also, I forgot another movie. Lion King, the Mufasa story. That's supposed to be coming out. Now, I'm interested to see talks about Mufasa being an orphan and he's taken in by Scar's family. What I'm interested to see is like what led to, I know a lot of people don't want to see this maybe because like, seeing Scar from this, see this innocent child and then realize he becomes this, kind of monster. This dude that pretty much killed his own brother. Well, we found out he's not even his real biological brother and all that, but ends up killing, his brother's, not biological brother, but like his brother ends up killing his brother's son, like pretty much his nephew, pretty much. So I'm interested to see, a lot of people don't want to see that, what turns him into this, what made Scar so evil, but I'm like very shocked by this. I don't know if it's ever talked about any of the movies or anything like that by directors. They ever say that Mufasa and Scar weren't real brothers. They were, half brothers, adopted brothers. But what I'm interested about is like what led Scar to being like this. See how close and see how much they bonded and liked each other in the trailer. I'm interested to see like, what led to Scar become evil. That's my interest. That's what the main plot point I think in this movie would be like. What led to Scar becoming so dark to realize why is he so evil when we see him in the original Lion King trilogy? What made him like that? I'm interested to see where the story gonna go. How does it happen? And it's directed by Barry Jenkins. So I know Barry Jenkins, he's a very good director. So I'm interested to see the music sound like it might be good in this one too as well. So I'm interested to see that. It comes out the same day as Sonic 3 though, so I don't know if I go to theaters to go see that or not, like the Mufasa story and all that. And I'll talk about Sonic in this video, what I think about that. But yeah, like, I don't know, but I'm very interested to see like what led to, Scar's downfall, him getting adopted, him pretty much his family adopting Mufasa, which I didn't know, and all that. So to see like what led to them, being arch enemies and them hating one another, that, Scar go against his own kind and all that for, what led to him like that. So interested to see that. So a very good storyline in the movie. That's the main, I think I always been saying the main key point I think of the film. What is Scar? Like he's pretty much your main guy in this film. Like what made him so evil? We're gonna discover that. So let's see how that went. We're interested to see how that goes. So that movie comes out later on this year. Like I said, interested to see that. I don't know if I go to theaters to go see it, but I definitely will check it out and all that. So that was all. I think that's pretty much everything they talked about at Disney. The cartoon, kitty wise. I mean, not say kitty, but cartoon animated Disney stuff. Well, the Mufasa thing is live action, but you know what I mean. Mostly all the children stuff, family films and all that. That's pretty much everything I want to talk about, the family films that I'm interested to see. Incredibles, Zootopia 2, and the Mufasa Lion King story. I'm interested to see about those. Those are the most stories that they announced at D23. I'm interested why kid-wise. Now, let's talk about one of Marvel stuff. Ironheart. So they dropped the trailer for Ironheart, so Ironheart is coming. Now, I don't know about this Ironheart. Like I said, I did like the character in Black Panther 2. She was one of the good spots in Black Panther 2. I know a lot of people didn't like that film, but we all know why. But she was one of the good spots in the film. And that's why I think Ryan Coogler is supposed to direct him, supposed to be doing some of them. So some of the TV shows episodes, I should say, for Ironheart. I'm interested to see that. A black female and all that. Definitely want to see that. So I'm interested to see how this movie this TV show series does for Ironheart. So they announced Ironheart. It looks pretty good from what I saw from the trailer online. So I'm interested to check it out. Ironheart, and they dropped Agatha. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not the biggest fan of Agatha. Um, I give it a shot. Like I gave Marvel's What If a shot, like you see on my shirt. I like What If, but it's like to me, like I just didn't want to kind of keep on seeing that. So I know they dropping the season 3 of What If, so I just kind of really were interested to see What If. I liked it, enjoyed it for the first season, but like it wasn't my thing like that. Same thing with Agatha. I might check it out. I'll give it one episode. If one episode doesn't do good, I'll be like, yeah. I feel like that's something Marvel should have scraped. And all that's one of them television shows Marvel should have scraped. That wasn't a character I was just in seeing. I just feel like that was a character they were giving too many spinoffs to. So no, I don't want to see Agatha. Not interested to see Agatha at all. Now talk about Daredevil, the one I'm most excited to see. Daredevil Born Again trailer. Pretty much this trailer shows that Daredevil and Kingpin have to team up to take down a common enemy. We see clips of Punisher being in the film as well. Man, I can't wait. I love Daredevil. Next to Arrow, Daredevil is my favorite superhero television show of all time. It's Arrow, then it's Daredevil. Like, I love the first 2 seasons of Daredevil. Third season, okay, but I love them first 2 seasons of Daredevil. So glad they're bringing back the original cast and all. So I'm going to see how this goes. But like I said, Daredevil, that's what I'm most excited to see. It comes out next year. Hopefully, like I said, it's supposed to tie into Spider-Man movie that comes out, the Spider-Man 4 movie that comes out. Hopefully they tie something in with that. So at the end, so that'll be all happy to see that. So that was my most anticipated television show. I'm actually excited to see with Marvel. I gotta wait a whole another year. It comes out next year. But 2025 will be around the corner. Like I said, I can't wait. I definitely can't wait to see that, man. Marvel's Daredevil 2025. I can't wait to see that. That was probably my most exciting thing in D23, hearing about Daredevil. Daredevil is coming, seeing that trailer. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching that. I can't wait to see Marvel's Daredevil. So, man, that's it. Also, too, Moana 2, they dropped the trailer for that, for Moana 2 that's coming out at the end of this year. Everybody knows about that. And The Rock has got another movie coming out with Disney called Monster Jam. Not interested to see that. Never liked the original. Not really interested to see that. So, let me look down to make sure everything I have written down to make sure that's all that came out. They also talked about Avatar 3 as well. I forgot about it. They announced that too. Avatar 3. And they showed the Fantastic Four trailer, same trailer we already saw. So yeah, that's pretty much everything they announced at D23. And I talked about the main things I like pretty much. But seeing Daredevil, that was probably my most, like I said, happy to see that D23. That's probably my most thing I was favorite about hearing about Daredevil and hearing they're doing another Incredibles 3. That's probably my favorite, yeah. My favorite 2 things I've heard that I saw announced at D23 that I looked at that I'm most excited to see. Incredibles 3 and also seeing Daredevil Born Again. So, But definitely enjoyed all this watching D23. Now let me talk about this. We got all this. I still got to put it out there. If you watch my video, you know how much of a big fan I am of this character. We got all this, but still no Sonic 3. Still no Sonic 3 trailer. Nothing. Man, fingers crossed that Sonic 3 trailer comes out tomorrow or it comes out next week at Gamescom. It has to come out at Gamescom next week. This is around the same time with all these movies come out because they dropped the whole teaser trailer for Lion King Mufasa. And that movie supposed to come out the same day as Sonic 3 does. So hopefully Paramount gets on the ball and they drop this thing, man, next week or they drop it tomorrow. It needs to come soon by this month. Drop that Sonic 3 trailer, man. Please drop it and all that. So really hope we see that. Really hope we get that Sonic 3 trailer this week and or next week. Sometime this month in August, we get this Sonic 3 trailer and all that. With Disney announcing all this stuff at D23 that's coming and all. So hopefully we get this and hopefully we get something with Sonic, man. Hopefully and all. But like I always say, man, if you like the content, please don't hesitate to like, subscribe much. It's Sly News, right? Only Mr. Sly Media. This is my D23 announcement. Talked about everything they announced at D23. What did you think about it? Did you like everything they announced? What was your favorite thing about D23? Yeah, have a good night. Be safe yet. This is Sly News right here, man. Stay tuned. I got more videos coming. Anything big happening in movie news right here, it's going to be on Sly News. I'm going to talk about it. So y'all be safe. Y'all have a good day and a good night.